Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya as-salam, hayya as-salam, hayya al-falah, hayya al-falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله العظيم من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله، بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح للأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في سبيل الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. فاجزه اللهم عنا خير ما جازيت رسولا عن أمته ونبيا عن قومه، وارض اللهم عن أصحابه وأزواجه وذريته والتابعين لهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. ثم أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah for a day like this, where the physical challenge is great for people to come to Jum'ah. Driving, the risk taking, and obviously temperature, it's cold. So therefore, for those who Allah Azza wa Jal made it happen for them, we should be extra grateful that Allah helped us. Because this sha'ira, this ibadah is so unique. What brought you here? It wasn't a business deal. It wasn't a recognition. Wallahi, insha'Allah, if it wasn't for the love of Allah Azza wa Jal and to answer the call. So I ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward us multiple times according to His generosity, not His justice. Subhanahu wa ta'ala on this day. And you can see now, fasting in Ramadan on a hot day. You can see taking the effort to go to Hajj. You can see that you are precise, plus when you give zakah, not only $1,000 is due balance to zakah, but it is 1,000 plus. Who are we even? That Allah has given us, and we decide what is the due balance. All of us, inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. All of us, everything we own, our lives, everything we have belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Therefore, there is nothing expensive when it comes to give fi sabilillah. There is nothing much. It is so little. It is the intention, it is the taqwa. It's like the qurbani, the sacrifice. When we do the udhiyah, Allah Azza wa Jalla is not going to benefit from the meat. Allah Azza wa Jalla only needs your compliance and the taqwa from you, recognizing that He is the Lord of all the roles, and He is subhanahu wa ta'ala the creator, the khaliq subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore we move. I wanted to share with you a thought today, and it is taken from a very powerful, and all the Quran is powerful and all the ayat are very powerful. This one really projects something that we all the time have to come to understand deeper and deeper and remember and reflect on. This ayah in Surah Al-Hujurat, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. This ayah, if you want to talk about medicine, to heal the soul, the inner cells of the soul and the heart and the mind and the body and the power of comprehension in a human being, this ayah puts it perfectly. Who you are, what you should do, where do you belong, what is your mission, and where would you like to go? Where would you like to be in the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal, the Creator first, and then others? And that's why, Ya ayyuhan nas. This message is global, is universal, is eternal for everybody. Ya ayyuhan nas. Inna khalaqnakum. And in Arabic, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or it is used, inna means the greatness. It's like when the law is signed, we, the President of the United States, it means it's something big. In the Quran, in Arabic, when we say, inna khalaqnakum, inna, it's a plural, but it gives the power of emphasis on who is talking now. Inna khalaqnakum, we created you from male and female, dhakarin wa untha, and made you shu'uban wa qabail, nations, communities, and tribes. And tribes, why the difference between shu'uban wa qabail? Shu'ub could be from many tribes or descents or ethnicities and colors and faiths and so forth and so on. Tribes are uniform. One tribe, there's blood, rahim, it's horizontal, the blood connects all the tribe, and vertical you have the parents, grandparents, grandchildren, and so forth and so on. So it gives you the zoom-in picture of society, a tribe, a big family, and the overall creation of humans, nations, and communities. لِتَعَارَفُوا. And one would think, why would be the purpose of the creation of mankind? لِتَعَارَفُوا, to get to know each other. But not just for the sake of introduction, but for the sake of engagement, for the sake of interaction, for the sake of integration, for the sake of synchronization, for all of that and much more and deeper. Because you can have a Medina, we know the word Medina, and the Prophet ﷺ, he was given intelligence when he said, when he arrived at Medina, we call it Medina, but it is really Al-Medina, the Medina. He said, this is the Medina. He defined it. And the Medina is a reflection of what mankind creates and builds from material things. Homes, streets, buildings, infrastructure as we call it. But mountains and trees, natural things, they're not Medina. Allah made them that way. Whatever man or humankind creates to live in and communicate through, that becomes Medina. And in the Quran, when it says qarya, we call it in English, if you want to translate village, that's wrong. A qarya means the people of the Medina, the community, the human beings. So qarya and Medina gives you a civilization. The entire package, the intellectual, thaqafa, science, knowledge, and culture, and so forth and so on in societies. So this is to get to know each other. It really falls very short of the depth of the intention behind the word in Quran, ta'arafu. It is so deep, is to fully engage as a human being in every interest. Isn't it true that if you live in a community, they call it gated community or an association, for example, you pay monthly dues. For what? For common services. So you engage, you share, and you recognize you have a duty toward the rest of the community. Just imagine if there is a poor person there. Just imagine if you have to, it's not really preaching, it's sharing the Islam you have with others. We think, it's a scary word, preaching. He's a preacher. Preaching Islam is a scary word, as if I am having some sort of a revolution. No, it is sharing. Islam is a lifestyle. We say it day in and day out. By engaging, by being part of that association that you have to pay your dues, is not just a material thing. The neighbor, it's the message of Allah in your heart, in your mind. You have to share it. Like you pay your dues to remove the snow and do your lawn. It's no different. It's a full engagement. لِتَعَارَفُوا. And what's the end result? The best of this interaction, engagement, إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. The best of you are those who are most righteous. And that's why, as a Muslim, the expectations is you have to be the most open heart, open-minded, forgiving. And personally, I've learned from practice, with engaging, the word tolerance is not the right word to use. I don't tolerate Christians. I don't tolerate my neighbor. I accept my neighbor. Allah created them. Don't we accept animals? And the sun, and the wind, and the rain, and the snow? And we deny accepting the creation of Allah as other human beings? We have to accept each other. I met a businessman. He's rather popular in the industry. One day, and we had dinner, and I always invite them, but I have conditions at halal dinner. Nobody can purchase alcohol or pork. So, and he said, I have so much tolerance for the Muslim community. I said, what did you say? Tolerance? You tolerate me? It's like you are putting up with me. I said, you don't accept me? Then he started thinking. He revised. He said, you know what? You're correct. I need a lot of this education. I need a lot of this education. Because I told him, I said, I have accepted you. And you tolerate? He said, now I accept you. You can see the difference. But I have to be the first. I am a Muslim. And we all know the challenges of life. Forgiving and forgiveness. And sometimes you say, I can forgive, but I cannot forget. Well, let's at least make that move. Let's sincerely forgive first, and then we'll talk about forgetting. Let's do that big step first. لِتَعَارَفُوا. Allah Azza wa Jalla is talking in this ayah to everybody. This is your mission, this is your purpose. That's what you have to do to get to know each other, engage. And nowadays they call it in a civilized way. But who really defines civilization? Human rights. And that's why, unfortunately, as Trump took office, I was following up some of the news that on the average, 15% increase in racism, bullying, incidents of aggression, and so forth and so on. Why? Because the system, his message is feeding shaitan and the evil side to promote hatred. And by the way, although maybe Muslims are on the top of the list, but that doesn't mean they are the only ones. Even Asians, everybody across the board. And sometimes, unfortunately, the Muslim has two of those traits. He's a person of, I don't know, of a color, although the white is a color too. A white is a color too, but a Muslim too. Therefore, our mission, and we need to understand that this is a top priority. And inshallah, on the second part of the khutbah, I will touch on a very touchy. I will zoom in and explain one urgent point needed amongst us. May Allah Azza wa Jal enlighten our hearts and minds and accept from us our deeds and forgive our shortcomings. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله حمد الشاكرين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين المصلحين المخلصين المخلصين. الله أسأل أن يجعلني وإياكم منهم وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله عليه أفضل الصلاة وأزكى التسليم بأبي وأمي يا رسول الله. As we talk about the mission of mankind, لتعارفوا, to engage and really work with each other, understand the differences, and being from an engineering background, I was disciplined to understand how systems work. And if you study quantum physics and many other things, unless you really understand the behavior that Allah put in substances and materials, when a chip is made, when the internal combustion engine was made, and so forth, we need to understand the variables, how things interact with each other, so you can maximize. And that's what we call it in some industries, the yield. In investments and finance, we call it money return on investment, your net profit, the bottom line, and so forth and so on. And I say these words, sometimes maybe others disagree with me using these terminology in khutbah, but I believe they connect. You understand, you get the message better. Because Islam is for business, Islam is for politics, Islam is for marriage and raising children and food and science and everything around us and for us in this life. What about us? What about me and you? What about our families, our children, our spouses, our parents? We want to be best for societies and mankind and nations and tribes. And we fail at home. And we fail at home. Isn't this a shame? Truly. As a human being, number one, to begin with. Then second, as a Muslim. Isn't it a shame that I can forgive outside the boundaries of my home, my tribe, my rahim, and I fail within it? I am so good, I can express my feelings and my ideas profoundly with others, but I cannot come home and really utilize the beautiful vocabularies that I've learned in my life to talk to my wife or the wife talking to her husband, and to talk to your children with a beautiful articulate message. The narration, the message at home has to be different, has to change. Forgiveness, we think sometimes it's like I say, I forgive you. No, forgiveness is so deep and so important, just like love comes in many different ways. Just imagine, if your child on the couch is dozing off to sleep, taking a nap, what would you do? Wouldn't you look for a blanket and cover them and comfort them? That's love. That's deep love. You're conscious of the need. You rush to it. You enjoy doing it. You do it for, you do not ask the child after they wake up that they should thank you for that. You don't do it. You don't do it that way. You don't do it for that purpose. You do it out of pure love and care. Allah gave you those tools built in. It's in your database, divine database, or your divine operating system. It functions naturally. You have to activate it. And like some said, sometimes we put the sugar in the bottom of a cup of tea and we try to drink without stirring it up. The sweetness, the iman has to be stirred up in the heart. So consciousness becomes alive. It revives, and I always shared with you, the eyes, if they're dry, don't cry. It means the heart is dry. Because the eyes are the banks of the heart. If there's an emotional situation and you don't cry, go back and examine your heart. We have to cry when it is there. Rasulullah ﷺ did cry. If somebody, lost a loved one and they are as hard as a rock and they don't cry, well, something is wrong. I have met a person. One day he told me, if I die and somebody gets my heart, they will get a brand new heart because I never used it. Just imagine that expression. And their hearts are so tender and beautiful and kind. Wallahi, there is no words that needs to be said. It's just a gesture. It's just the energy, the positive energy that comes out. It touches the other hearts. So may Allah Azza wa Jal bless us with that alive heart and consciousness and mind, and bring forgiveness and acceptance within our homes and amongst ourselves and our community. And look at the positive things and grow it. And be sure that Allah will help us, inshallah, fix the negative ones then. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect our Muslim community and all the communities. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless us, all of us, with the freedom that is a basic, first human right for everybody. And may Allah Azza wa Jal give us also the courage to support freedom and justice. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with that iman, that we will be conscious to share it with others and engage with others to fulfill this ayah from Surah Al-Hujurat. And I conclude with a beautiful hadith: ليس لا لعربي على أعجمي ولا لأسود على ولا لأبيض على أسود فضل إلا بالتقوى. There is no preference between an Arabi who speaks Arabic. We always said the Arabi is not born in Saudi Arabia. An Arabi who speaks Arabic. An American, the indigenous can be Arabi by learning Arabic. On somebody that does not speak Arabic, or a white over a black, except for taqwa, the same as the ayah. Righteousness and goodness that will generate the positive energy. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with that. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا واستر لنا عيوبنا اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا واجمع على الحق جهودنا ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير اللهم كن للمسجد الأقصى وكن للمسلمين في سوريا والعراق وفي باكستان وفي أفغانستان وفي كشمير وفي مصر وفي السودان وفي اليمن وفي كل مكان يا رب العالمين اللهم ألف بين المسلمين جميعا اللهم ول عليهم خيارهم ولا تول عليهم شرارهم اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وانصر بفضلك وقدرتك وعزتك الحق والدين إنك يا مولانا على ما تشاء قدير وبالإجابة جدير اللهم بارك لنا في أرزاقنا اللهم اجعلها حلالا طيبا مباركا فيه اللهم بارك لنا في كل شيء أعطيتنا إياه اللهم زدنا ولا تنقصنا اللهم احملنا يا رب العالمين اللهم وفقنا لكلمة الحق والكلمة الطيبة وهدوا إلى الطيب من القول يا الله يا كريم برحمتك نستغيث أصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وأقم الصلاة.